Dranik Rothla. Once Rothla was a large ice dwarf with the statistics listed below. In the waning years of the Krogan rebellions, it was shattered into a field of debris by what is assumed to have been the test of an exotic weapons system. In the wake of the event, the planetoid was reduced to a relatively contained field of thousands of tiny moonlets rotating around one another, colliding and ricocheting. The method used to destroy the planetoid has never been deduced. The Krogan clan who performed the experiment apparently all died in the event. Ships that have traveled to the edge of the event's light cone observed a moment of extreme gravitational lensing around Rothla immediately before its breakup, but no other clues. A popular extranet meme put forward by Asari author Delsi Orthisa insists that the Turians are covering up the existence of a Krogan superbiotic breed that was genetically engineered within Rothla. The CDM enforces quarantine around the Rothla field, citing cases of amateur investigators whose ship came to grief in the debris field. Orbital distance 1.15 AU, orbital period 2.3 Earth years, radius 4263 kilometers, day length 464.2 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.14 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature negative 153 Celsius. Sazgoth. Sazgoth is a small ice dwarf with an eccentric orbit. During perigee, portions of its icy surface sublimate into a thin atmosphere of nitrogen and carbon dioxide, which quickly freeze again as it recedes into the outer reaches of the Dranik system. Orbital distance 0.58 AU, orbital period 0.8 Earth years, radius 3349 kilometers, day length 27.1 Earth hours. Atmospheric pressure 0.19 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature negative 99 Celsius, surface gravity 0.18 G. Kelim. Kelim is a tectonically inert rock with an atmosphere of krypton, xenon, and argon. There are a few valuable loads of light metal scattered across its surface, but these are difficult to find, though most were mined out in the years leading up to the Krogan rebellions. Orbital distance 0.2 AU, orbital period 0.2 Earth years, radius 5580 kilometers, day length 28.3 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.5 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 42 Celsius, surface gravity 0.52 G. Door. Is there an explorer here? Door is a conventional methane ammonia ice giant. It is the main fueling port in the Dranik cluster gateway system. Pildea Day Station, the headquarters for patrol ships of the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission, CDEM, lies at the trailing Lagrange point of Door. The CDEM logs all ships passing through the Krogan demilitarized zone, and has the right to board and search them for contraband at any time and for any reason. There are no exceptions. At points over the last 2 centuries, diplomatic incidents have been caused when the patrol frigates boarded an Asari hospital ship, a Batarian diplomatic courier, and privately owned human tramp freighters. These measures are provided for under the terms of the Krogan armistice. While the Krogan were allowed to retain their government and personal weapons, any attempts to provide starship-mounted weapons to the clans on Tachanka is punishable by law. Nearly a millennia after the war ended, the official penalty for smuggling proscribed weapons is still death by spacing. Wow. Population 7,300. CDEM garrison 1,100, not including patrol ship crews. Orbital distance 0.36 AU, orbital period 0.4 Earth years, radius 25,588 kilometers, day length 18.4 Earth hours. Wow, this is a giant. There's a giant sun here. Tula. Tula's methane ammonia atmosphere traps the blistering heat of Nith, driving dayside temperatures up over 1,000 degrees. While some loads of useful metals are present, the planet's incredible heat makes mining impractical. Orbital distance 108.7 AU, orbital period 293.9 Earth years, radius 5204 kilometers, day length 59.7 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.54 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 1036 Celsius, surface gravity 0.55 G. My goodness, look at the size of this thing. I can fly right through it. Mantoon. The Class B giant Nith was once the most strategically valuable system within Krogan territory. Though far too hot for habitable planets, Nith emits thousands of times the energy of a main sequence star like Earth's Sol. With help from Solarian uplift teams, the Krogan constructed a chain of solar power collector stations in orbit around Nith. These vast arrays beamed power to particle accelerators on the surface of Mantoon, which manufactured anti-proton fuel for warship thrusters. In the Krogan rebellions, the Spectre agents managed to get a virus into the computers of the solar power arrays. Every fifth array suddenly applied braking thrusters. The arrays behind them piled up, and all were reduced to wreckage. This has since dispersed into a relatively stable ring system. The Krogan never had the resources to rebuild the solar arrays, depriving them of their fleet's main fuel supply for the remainder of the war. The particle accelerators still exist on Mantoon, but have not been used in thousands of years. Orbital distance 57.2 AU, orbital period 11112.1 Earth years, radius 2150 kilometers, orbital period 1112.1 Earth years. Atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature 641 Celsius, surface gravity 0.28 G. Vard. Vard is a methane ammonia ice giant. Until the Krogan rebellions, it had a sizable helium-3 fuel refining infrastructure. Once the solar arrays orbiting Ninth were destroyed, the constant flow of anti-proton tankers visiting the system disappeared. There was little point to maintaining the facility, so they were shut down and abandoned. Today the space stations are squatted by transients, criminals, and outcasts, although few are safe for habitation. Neither the Krogan nor the Council Demilitarization Enforcement Mission (CDEM) patrols care if they take their chances. Population 2,072, orbital distance 195.6 AU, orbital period 709.6 Earth years, radius 36,670 kilometers, day length 18 Earth hours. Let's make our way out of here now that the Krogan DMZ is at 100%. The Ezo-rich planet is here. Not that I care that much. The Ezo-rich planet is in a moon. It's in a moon. Let's go to Malgus first. Flet. Uninhabitable by most species, Flet is home to the blood pack's Vorcha training and breeding grounds. The thick atmosphere is nearly all nitrogen and lacks oxygen, which poses no hazard to the Vorcha. Needing little but imports of food and water, Vorcha mercenaries and mercenaries to be trained religiously to overpower and kill whoever the company is at war with this time. Travel advisory: Fleet spaceports are wholly owned subsidiaries of the Blood Pack Mercenary Company, or a corporation undergoing numerous criminal investigations for capital crimes. Civilian traffic to Flet is strongly discouraged. Orbital distance 1.2 AU, orbital period 5.5 Earth years, radius 5,623 kilometers, day length 48.2 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 2.49 Earth atmosphere, surface temperature 16 Celsius, surface gravity 0.7 G. Uzin. Named for one of many Krogan gods of vengeance, Uzin is a gas giant close enough to its orange sun that none of its moons are considered habitable. Its composition is largely hydrogen and methane, with traces of xenon that the Krogan collect for use in the ion drives. Uzin is well within the frost line where gas giants usually do not form, leading astronomers to believe that its orbit used to be further from the star. If so, this would indicate a seriously unstable orbit, and the planet may plunge into its star within a few million years. Orbital distance 0.3 AU, orbital period 0.2 Earth years, radius 74137 kilometers, day length 12.4 Earth hours. Rill. A planet only a Vorcha could love. I love that. Rill is notable for its near-miss climate, punishing heat and a thin, toxic methane-ethane atmosphere. Its surface is dotted with Krogan and Vorcha habitats, eking out a meager living off the planet's tin and copper deposits, and killing anyone who cuts into their profits. Travel advisory: Krogan can survive in the heat with the use of a breath mask. All other species require environmental suits to avoid heat exhaustions and burns. Liquid water can be found in large lakes on the surface. This can be used for thermal regulation, but it is not potable without processing. Alliance Bulletin: Large-scale gang warfare is a regular occurrence on Rill. Civilian travel is not advised. Orbital distance 0.6 AU, orbital period 0.5 Earth years, radius 5999 kilometers, day length 30.1 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure trace, surface temperature 56 Celsius, surface gravity 0.9 G. Where there's a Rill, there's a way. Strabo. Wow, not much here in Strabo. Antigar. Charted by a Solarian mining expedition that went off course due to computer error. Antigar is a hydrogen and helium gas giant with 11 known moons and dusty rings. Orbital distance 4 AU, orbital period 8 Earth years, radius 24,193 kilometers, day length 11.2 Earth hours. That was a short and sweet system. And a moon.
We have used half our fuel.
That's nice, Edie.
Anomaly detected.
Knife. Cold and dry, Knife has a thin nitrogen atmosphere and vast salt flats at its equator, which is warm enough for liquid water to pool during the summer period. The revealed salt is collected and sold to sodium-poor planets for agricultural purposes. During the Anhur rebellions, Knife was a staging ground for Eclipse ships, and was the site of their first defeat, when an enemy Nahesit surprised and routed them with a superior force. Some wreckage from the battle can still be found on the planet today. Orbital distance 3.4 AU, orbital period 6.3 Earth years, radius 7,008 kilometers. Day length 54.7 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.7 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature negative 25 Celsius, surface gravity 1.4 G. I actually want. There's an anomaly there.
Process interrupted. Translation
Launching probe.
General distress. Beacon process interrupted. Translation error. Status of system operator is not known. General distress. Beacon.
I have found something.
Surface scans indicate wreckage of a merchant freighter. Configuration unknown. Damage to ship catastrophic. Detecting movement, but no signs of organic life. Oh, that means it's Geth. That probably means it's Geth. Let's bring Tali and Kasumi.
A sandstorm is approaching from the northwest. Proceed with caution.
Damage mech parts. Oh, there's mechs here, not Geth. Engineering. Status. Compromised. Catastrophic damage to primary and secondary cores. Element 0 exposures levels critical. Fuel leaks throughout the engineering deck. Navigation. Status critical. Manual control of navigation impossible. VI control locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT 43279. Sensor status compromised. Short-range sensors offline. Unsafe planetary proximity detected at 700 hours. Life support compromised. Life support returning to safe levels. VI control locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT 43279. Shield status normal. Shields holding at 100% integrity. No shield breaches detected. VI network compromised. Combating potential contagion. VI control of critical systems locked out by executive command. Authorization CRAT 43279. Communication status compromised. Damage to communications array critical. Activating distress beacon. Sheesh. This definitely did not go over very well. Navigator's log.
Captain, short-range sensors just went offline and I'm locked out of helm control. The VI is reporting malfunctions all over the ship.
Evacuation order. Oh my.
Attention all hands. We are on a collision course and losing systems fast. Report to the escape pods immediately. This is not a drill.
Trying to see if I could keep an eye on everything. Shipping manifest. Reflective mech armor. Oh, reflective mech armor. That can't be good. X6378. It's 14 crates of reflective mech armor. X6378. Source Jarahi Station. Destination ERCS facility. Loki mechs. 180 Loki mechs. Source Hanhi Kedar Experimental Mechanics Division. Destination ERCS facility. YMIR mech. 1 YMIR mech. Source Hack Kedar Experimental Mechanic Division. Destination ERCS facility. Alright, I think I know what we're gonna be killing now.
Multiple hostiles powering up at your location. Recommend immediate extraction.
Oh boy. They shake funny. Alright.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 90%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Rerouting power.
Targeting orders acknowledged. Critical system damage. Requesting assistance. Backup
Sorry.
engaged. Critical system damage. Critical system damage.
How'd you like that?
Requesting assistance.
There we go. Not looking forward to this thing with reflective armor. Great.
Backup systems engaged.
Here they come.
Unit number 9.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 65%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Alright. Oh, here comes the mech. We're gonna mess you up so badly. Oh my. Get under cover, Shepard. Shepard's not getting... I was like, get into cover, and he's like not getting into cover. Sheesh. Oh, come on, Tally. You can do better than that.
This should soften them up.
Take that one out.
Here for you.
Whoa. Good dodge. Over that There we go.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 40%.
Much better.
Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Ah.
System hostile forces have engaged.
Out of my way.
Excuse me. Rerouting power.
Oh, more of them. Take care of that one.
Sandstorm activity has reduced visibility to 40%. Proceed to shuttle for evacuation.
Woo, platinum. Ah. Shoot each other.
Orders acknowledged. Requesting system failure.
We have to get out of here.
Nicely done. Found no survivors on MSV Corsica wreckage. Deactivated distress beacon. Good, so other people don't end up in that trap too.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
MSV Corsica, last known docking coordinates. From Edie, information acquired. Location coordinates, Jerahi Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighter MSV Corsica as the Jerahi Station in the Strabo System. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard Corsica can be found aboard Jerahi Station. Oh. Investigate Jerahi Station. That'll be something we'll have to check out. Sobek. It's interesting when, you know, there's continuations to these missions. A hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant believed to be an extrasolar capture, Sobek's low-G moons were the sites of many Batarian labor camps during the Anhur rebellions, generating raw materials for the war. When the slaves were finally liberated by Eclipse, the mercenaries found abysmal conditions, including whole camps that lacked Mass Effect fields to keep the gravity at habitable levels. The widespread bone loss among the slaves was part of their master's final degradation. It would cripple them if they ever left for a standard gravity world. The plight of the slaves soon garnered galactic media attention, and several charities sprang up to pay for their physical therapy and find them gainful employment. Eclipse, normally reviled for their cutthroat tactics and criminal employees, found themselves painted as heroes. The mercenary company still retains an office on Sobek's moon, Hekwet, out of nostalgia as much as a business tragedy. Orbital distance 0.8 AU, orbit period 0.7 Earth years, radius 72 to 530 kilometers, day length 12.4 Earth hours. And her, and him. A garden world with heavy populations of humans and Batarians, and her was home to one of the ugliest violations of sapient rights in modern human history, really. A consortium of corporations and corrupt politicians, fearing Batarian economic competition due to their custom of legal slavery, passed a resolution that abolished the minimum wage, effectively re-legalizing slavery on a human-dominated world. Opponents of motion quickly turned to activism and violence. A civil war erupted as one side sought to end slavery throughout the system and another, primarily Batarian faction called the Nahesit, sought to keep the slaves they had. The Anhur rebellions raged from 2176 to 2178. The Nahesit had a significant advantage in ships, labor, and weapons, forcing the Anhur militias to hire mercenary companies to even the odds. In the end, the abolitionists won out, though at the cost of much of their infrastructure. Though Anhur today still has significant natural wealth, it is economically depressed, save for the reconstruction industry. Population 288,508,007. Colony founded 2165, capital New Thebes. Orbital distance 1.7 AU, orbital period 2.2 Earth years, radius 6829 kilometers. Day length 18 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.6 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 7 Celsius, surface gravity 1.3 G. Sekhmet. A hydrogen-helium gas giant believed to have entered Ammon's system within the last billion years, Sekhmet was the site of an important battle in the Anhur rebellions, when the Eclipse mercenary company sought to capture the refueling stations to deny the rebels supplies. A fighter wing hiding the Sekhmet's rings ambushed them. Eclipse suffered heavy initial losses, but destroyed 2 rebel carriers and forced them to retreat into FTL. This was considered the high watermark of the rebellion. At no point after the Battle of Sekhmet did the rebels have a victory. Today, Sekhmet is home to refueling stations and small war memorial in an orbit at the planet L5's Lagrange point. Orbital distance 0.4 AU, orbital period 0.3 Earth years, radius 38,347 kilometers, day length 9 Earth hours. Bast. A small hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant, Bast and its moon served as the Eclipse mercenary company's fallback position after their defeat on Ninth. Once they had gathered their strength, they leaked a false position to the Nehesit consortium to lure them into a trap, which devolved into a pitched battle. Both sides claimed victory. Nehesit lost more ships, but could afford the setback in a way Eclipse could not. Orbital distance 7 AU, orbital period 18.6 Earth years, radius 18,557 kilometers, day length 13.6 Earth hours. Alright, let's go and find out how and why these robots, these droids, ended up turning on or malfunctioning. Investigate the abandoned station. Oh, it's in Strabo. All of a sudden, Strabo is not 100% anymore. Investigate the abandoned station. Site intel retrieved. Location coordinates: Jerahi Station, Strabo System, Eagle Nebula. Data mining confirms the last reported location of merchant freighters MSV Corsica as the Jerahi Station in the Strabo system. Possibility exists that clues pertaining to the anomaly that caused the mass malfunction of the mechs aboard Corsica can be found aboard Jerahi Station. Let's find out. Let's do Garrus and Thane. Oh my goodness. That is disconcerting. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Glad I have my 2 boys with me to protect me. This is horrific. Escape Jerahi Station. That's our objective. Great. Dear Dr. Galwind, at my suggestion, we have cut power to all systems, save critical life support, in hopes that disabling these systems will deny the VI the resources she needs to kill us. This is a temporary solution. We cannot last this out on our own. Dr. Tallison. That's so horrible. Alright, we're gonna shut this VI down. Restore power.
Docking area power restored. Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
Huh. No way. I'm gonna be removing... If I'm gonna remove anything's gonna be removed, it's gonna be you.
Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area.
Tough. Power outage detected in the station. Mainframe is locked down for security purposes.